I just wanted to contact you to say thank you so much for coming to meet us yesterday. I am Harry's mother. I asked him for your contact information so I could talk to you. I'm sorry for sending you a message just out of the blue like this.
Oh, no, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to meet and talk with me. So, Harry had given you my information, right? I understand. Not a problem. Just to make this formal, I am Leanne. I look forward to talking with you more in the future.
Oh, no need to be so stiff. Don't worry so much about such formalities. Anyway, this might be a bit sudden, but there's something I felt that I needed to let you know. Or, to be more to the point, I wanted to tell you what the final decision was after meeting you yesterday.
I'm sorry? What do you mean by the final decision? Decision on what?
I am referring to the impartial judgment I have come to regarding you after thoroughly interviewing you the other day. After my thorough investigation, I have decided that I will not be permitting you to marry my son, and will be henceforth canceling your engagement. Harry should also be contacting you shortly regarding this decision as well. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.
Wait, what? This isn't just something you drop on someone out of the blue. What are you talking about? You'll be canceling the engagement. What do you mean?
Oh my. Could it be that perhaps someone like you doesn't know what it means to cancel an engagement? I thought young people like you looked all sorts of things up on the internet, no? If you don't understand something like this, why not just look it up like you young folk do with everything else? Unless my preconception was mistaken.
What sort of idiot do you take me for? Of course I know what canceling an engagement means. What I'm asking is why on earth you are trying to cancel it. I'd say that's more mistaken here than your preconceptions. And that's not even getting into why you think you have the authority to make such a decision, like some supervisor at a job interview. Are you not aware that this is something that should be decided by the two people involved, rather than by a third party?
Oh, I see where the confusion has come up. I believe you might not be thoroughly aware of the situation. It sounds like you think I silenced Harry's objections and am trying to cancel the engagement because I disapprove of you, correct? I'm afraid that is not the case. Not that I blame you. People like you often tend to think only in regards to what's most beneficial for you instead of everyone. The truth is, I have discussed this at length with Harry as well, and he is well aware that we are having this discussion.
What? Putting aside your aspersions on my character, you're saying he also feels the same way? He hasn't spoken a word with me about anything regarding breaking it off.
You certainly don't seem to be very adept at understanding things now, do you? Did you not understand me when I said that this was my judgment after having spoken with you only yesterday? Of course, Harry said that he felt he should tell you himself, but for news like this, I thought that it would be better to let you know as soon as possible. Don't you think? That's why I decided to give you the courtesy of contacting you directly instead. Although I think a message should arrive for you at some point today from him as well. Of course, it would only come once he is finished with work for the day. He is a hard-working man after all.
What on earth is going on here? I can't believe something like this could be happening. I need to confirm this with Harry right away.
Oh, what is this now? Are you saying you're going to bother him while he is in the middle of work? You truly do not have the slightest hint of common sense, do you?
How can you say such things? Do you have no compassion for other people?
Tusk. Calm down. You're going to make me laugh with all this rash behavior. It really is unbecoming of a woman to act in such a way, you know? I imagine you don't have any idea why you're deserving of this treatment. For you to be in such a tizzy over just this one thing, I wonder if you have perhaps realized the reason why it has come to this. Well, having seen how much of a fool you can be for myself, perhaps it's more reasonable to assume that you have not. It does seem like more of a case of the latter, I suppose. Not that that comes as much of a surprise.
What makes you feel like it's appropriate to talk to someone like that? What are you? Some sort of high society person that judges everyone else? Brazenly insulting me like this is going way too far. I don't know what part of you thinks this is acceptable.
Oh my. Such uncultured girls can be quite scary sometimes. All I have been doing is stating facts, yet to react with such harsh accusations. It really does show how poorly you were raised, doesn't it? I can't think of any other reason. Well, I suppose this is exactly the result you would come to expect from a single-parent household, isn't it?
Hold on a moment. The idea seems so ridiculous that I hesitate to bring it up, but... Are you saying that the reason you're deciding to cancel our engagement is because I grew up in a single-parent household? You're not actually saying you decided to make such a big decision just because I only had my father to raise me, are you?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. What is so ridiculous about that? It seems like a perfectly logical reason to me.
Are you truly serious?
But of course! I was completely shocked when I first heard. To think that Harry would find someone with such a troubling upbringing acceptable. That's why immediately after you went home, I told him, a woman raised in a motherless household isn't fit to be a wife. After all, if he were to marry someone, that woman would become one of our relatives, no? What a ludicrous notion, for someone like that to be allowed to marry into our family.
Are you saying that Harry was in total agreement with what you said?
Yes, he was. I wouldn't be contacting you like this if he wasn't. I would never go behind my dear son's back for something like this. Anyway, you should just give up already. There's nothing more to be said.
That's insane.
You really are quite persistent, aren't you? It's so pitiful to see someone who just can't accept the truth. Well then, if you have such a hard time believing me, why not try confirming with the man himself? Anyway, I do not have any further business with you, so I will now excuse myself. Well then, goodbye.
You're on your lunch break now, right? Please get back to me as soon as you can.
What is it? I can't call you right now. Is there something urgent that you need to talk to me about?
Don't you at least have an idea about what it is I want to talk about? Just a little while ago, I was contacted by your mother. She was saying all sorts of things about how she was going to break off our engagement.
Oh, I see. So she was talking to you about that, huh? Can we talk about that this evening? I would really prefer to not waste my lunch break if I can avoid it.
What are you talking about? Waste it. Since when was talking to me such a waste of time? Haven't you always taken the time to talk to me before?
Well, the situation is different than before now, right? I thought it would be clear. The engagement has already been broken off, so it's not like we have any obligation to each other, after all. We're just two unrelated people now.
Oh no, not you too. Are you telling me that you actually agreed to breaking everything off?
Huh? Well, yeah. Mother told me it wouldn't amount to anything good, so...
What are you talking about? You're saying that if your mother tells you something is bad, then you just follow her word? No questions asked? Aren't you old enough to think for yourself and not rely on her word for everything?
No. You've got it all wrong. It's not like that. All it is that after I heard what Mother had to say, I thought that she might have a point. That's all. So, after thinking about it for a little while, I thought, yeah, that sounds about right. Nothing more than that. Though, to be honest, even if I was opposed to the whole breaking off the engagement thing, I can't say I feel like things would have ended up going very well anyway, yeah? I mean, Mother was opposed to the whole idea from the start, so... I guess I just felt like there wasn't much of a choice other than to break it off. Do you see what I mean?
No, I don't see what you mean at all. What are you saying? If that's how easily you can change your mind about something like this, you shouldn't have proposed to me in the first place.
Come on. I can't really help it now, can I? Mother is, well, pretty darn stubborn. She isn't exactly the type that's willing to bend her thinking for anyone, so what can you do? I feel like it'd be better for you if you just stay quiet and give up on the whole idea, okay?
Are you really fine with just leaving it at that? Don't you have your own opinion about this too?
Well, when I said I felt like there wasn't much of a choice, I meant that that was a choice I could live with. So, yeah. I am a realist. And to be honest, it's not like I was hugely interested when I was with you anyway, so...
How could you say such a thing?
Well, anyway, I'll make sure to call you this evening. Considering I'm the one who proposed to you, I do feel like I have caused you a bit of trouble with all this after all. I will pay you for all of the trouble I've caused you, so let's talk in more detail about that tonight. Anyway, I'm busy right now, so I need to go. Good evening, Leanne. Well, I apologize for contacting you at this late hour, but there just happens to be something I would like to confirm with you, if you don't mind.
Oh, good evening. So, what is this thing you so desperately needed to confirm with me about?
Well, I heard a number of things from my son, and... Well, I actually wanted to ask you about your father. He is my son's employer. Is that correct? If I'm understanding things correctly, he is one of the main people involved with commercial affairs on the board of directors. Yes?
Well, yeah, you're right. What about it?
No. Well, I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize. I mean, I was thinking, why didn't Harry mention something so important beforehand? I truly am ashamed of my conduct.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I hadn't thought to ask a thing about your lineage. And yet, despite all that, I went and started saying way too much, going far beyond what one could call respectable behavior. I am so sorry about everything. With one of the directors of Harry's company being involved, to say the situation changes dramatically is quite the understatement. I really have treated you quite terribly, and I apologize.
Oh, is that so?
I completely understand how angry you are with me. Really, I do. You see, this is just a problem I have run into as I have aged. I think I must have just lost my head for a while. Do you think we could perhaps forget about that trifling matter of breaking off the engagement and try again with a fresh, clean slate?
Well, there's something I'd like to ask you then. Does Harry have any idea that you're contacting me like this?
Of course he does. Why, as soon as he came home last night, he just happened to mention that little tidbit about who your father is. He said something like, well, we're at the same company, but there's not going to be any trouble, is there? Or something of the sort. He just mentioned it with this absent-minded look on his face, and... Well, my husband and I just got so flustered at such a revelation. I couldn't believe he was hiding such an important piece of information. My little Harry really does have those little moments, doesn't he? He just goes off into his own little world sometimes. I've always said he tends to be a little lacking when it comes to consideration for others. On top of that, he would always just not think about anything that didn't hold his interest and just leave it all for others to take care of. Yes, it's like studying is the only thing he's ever been good at.
Yes, I see. Yes, I think I would also be pretty quick to apologize if I had such a poor eye for people. I guess it must just come naturally by now, doesn't it?
I don't think you need to go that far. Well, anyway, how about it, Leanne? Don't you think you could take back the cancellation of the engagement? Of course, if you would like a formal apology, I would be more than happy to oblige. Could it be that I am, perhaps, not coming across as very sincere?
Well, let me think about that for a moment. Well, to be honest, I think your intentions have come across quite clearly.
Is that so? Oh, I am so happy to hear it. Thank goodness.
So you're fully on board with your son getting a demotion, right? Rest assured, it has already been discussed between the parties involved. but I will make sure they promptly follow through as planned.
What? Demotion? Just wait, hold on a moment. What? What do you mean when you say demotion? What do you mean by follow through as planned?
Oh, could it be that you can't comprehend what I'm saying? I mean exactly what I said. Demotion. I mean, your son has quite considerably slighted both me and my father, after all. And on top of that, there's the whole issue with the marriage and its cancellation. My father has already spoken to a number of the other directors about the subject. So, they are all quite well aware of the situation. Of course, the news of our engagement being broken off has already become common knowledge among both the directors and company employees. Thanks to that, things are currently in quite a precarious situation.
Are you telling me that there isn't anything you could do to stop this?
Oh? Whatever could you mean? Are you saying you want to cast shame upon my father a second time?
No, of course not.
I am afraid that this has already turned into a situation that simply cannot be rectified by an apology. I am working at one of the company's subsidiaries, so I am afraid I don't exactly know what is going on at headquarters, but from what I've heard from some of my other colleagues, there have been all sorts of worried messages and reports flying around. For someone to insult a director's own family structure and use it as a basis for breaking off an engagement, people feel that the man who would do such a thing is not only horribly prejudiced, but also shows a complete lack of understanding of society at large. There seem to be all sorts of rumors spreading around the company at the moment. I suppose Harry probably doesn't exactly understand how things came to this, does he? Well, I suppose he is quite a spineless person after all, isn't he?
Wait, what? Please, hold on a second. Isn't there anything that can be done about this situation?
No, I'm afraid there is not. This is all unrelated to me, after all. And I can't say I particularly care about what happens to Harry at this point anyway.
Wait, please don't say things like that. Please, you have to help us. I'm begging you. Isn't there any way you can take it all back?
No, I will not. Well, anyway, if you will excuse me.
No, wait. Please, just hold on. I'm pleading with you. Please, can't you just think over marrying Harry one more time? Could you please rethink your position on it?
You know what? Okay, sure. I'll think about it one more time. And having thought over it again, I've come to my decision. No. Anyway, I really must be going now.
No, wait. Please wait. Don't go. Leanne, what have you done? Things are completely out of control over here. For the fallout of something like breaking off an engagement to have escalated to this extent, I have never seen my reputation at this company plummet so much.
Oh, is someone finally starting to realize that he shouldn't have just blindly followed Mommy's orders? Well, no matter what you say, it's far too late, you know. I will not accept any sort of reinstatement of our engagement. I will not let you take back what you've broken.
Wait, that? I'm not really concerned about that. What I don't understand is why I'm being told that I'm going to be demoted.
Oh, what? Are you saying you're not pleased to hear that? And if you just suddenly went home early, people will start gossiping about what's going on, you know? Who knows what they'll think?
Wait, you already know that much? Anyway, I'm telling you that you need to do something about this. This is something you started, remember?
Me? Oh, no. You're the one who started this whole mess. This is a problem that all started with you. Don't forget that this whole incident with breaking off our engagement, that alone was at a level that required compensation in the first place, no? This is not just a situation that you can just describe with something like, as if it was just some trifling matter. Do you not understand that?
Well, that is,
At this point, telling me that you don't want to be demoted is just you acting out of desperation, isn't it? Are you really that much of a workaholic? I guess instead of marrying me, you prefer to marry your job, huh? Oh, wait, I see now. You're really afraid of being seen as worthless in the eyes of the higher-ups, aren't you? Up until now, you've had a pretty good reputation with them after all. If your primary goal was to protect your position at the company, then you really shouldn't have broken off the engagement in the first place now, should you? Well, whatever. It's far too late to be thinking about that now.
You don't understand. What I'm trying to say is, there's no way I should be getting treated this poorly just over something like breaking off an engagement with someone.
Wow. Even after I called it out directly, you're still saying it? Do you just not pay attention to anything I say? Given how clueless you've been acting, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not aware of this, but do you realize that breaking off an engagement with someone is by no means a simple, carefree matter? The two of us were engaged to be married. Regardless of what reason there might be, deciding to break off something like that, that's something that both parties involved would need to meet and thoroughly discuss before deciding on, isn't it? Considering how much of a role your mother played in everything, to not even think of talking to my father about it as well. Don't you think you might have been overstepping your bounds a little?
What? That's just an exaggeration. Nothing more.
We told both of our families about our engagement, remember? We made formal announcements to everyone. Marriage has an impact on more than just the two of us. It affects our families as well. That's how important it is. You're already 30. You should fully understand this by now.
Huh. I guess that would be what someone the likes of you values most. What are you talking about? We have to meet and discuss things first. That's not the day and age we live in anymore now, is it? To me, something like that isn't such a big deal.
Wow. This is utterly astounding. I am not even sure how to respond. I suppose the best thing to say would be that you just shouldn't have proposed in the first place then.
What are you talking about? This and that are two completely different things. That's just how things go in that sort of situation.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, you were talking about how we had been going out for 2 years, you know?
Yeah? And? I fail to see how a statement like that somehow gets interpreted as, please propose to me. I didn't say anything close to that. I wasn't expecting a thing when I said what I did. I was just commenting on how it had been 2 years. I just find that sort of thing to be important to me. Nothing more.
Then why can't you just think of breaking off an engagement with that sort of nothing special attitude?
I'm sorry? Excuse me? What could you mean by that?
Well, I mean, look at it the same way that you had just casually talked about the 2 years we spent together, right?
Yep. I figured that's what you'd say. That's why I've been trying to tell you that breaking off an engagement is not such a thing you just casually do. Furthermore, our society sees such a thing as quite a cruel thing to do. You know that?
Why, I ask you? If you just think about it from my perspective...
You really have been saying a lot to me with such a rude tone. Do you realize how seriously you've insulted us? I'm telling you that that's why you ended up being demoted. There were already all sorts of rumors circulating about how the daughter of one of the directors was going to be marrying one of the company's employees. For such an engagement to be broken off by said employee, let alone for the reasoning involved, there's no way he would get away without some kind of penalty.
I mean, sure, I get that, so... Isn't there something you can do? As the former fiancé, isn't there something you can do about this?
What on earth makes you think I have to do anything about it? What you have to do is properly accept the consequences of your actions. By the way, have you spoken with your mother at all about this? I can guarantee that she will just try to tell you to reconcile with me. All she cares about is trying to get me to marry you. Meanwhile, you, being the thoughtless person that you are, would just try to beg her to find some way to fix your mangled reputation in the company. The both of you only think about what would be best for yourselves. What the hell is wrong with both of you? You are both completely insufferable. Both of you! Please never contact me ever again.
Wait, that's... I
have no idea what your situation is, nor all of the circumstances surrounding it. Can you just stop trying to wrap me up in your own problems? With all of the trouble you've caused us, rest assured that I will be retaining an attorney and doing my best to get compensation for your horribly prejudicial actions. Try to be sincere when responding, okay? At the very least, both my father and I have been considerably disgraced and embarrassed by all of this. And might I remind you, it is entirely your fault.
Please, Leanne, I'm begging you. Can't you possibly reconsider going forward with marrying my son? He has been reflecting on all that he's done over the past few months. So, please, won't you please change your mind? Please, would you think it over again just one more time?
Oh, was it really shocking when you received that mail? I guess it must have been so stressful seeing how everything ended up being exposed, huh?
Excuse me?
I can hardly believe that he was already engaged to some other woman. Ms. Cooper or something, was it? Wow, it looks like the mother and son have completely different opinions about what to do. And they certainly don't match very well. Well, it makes no difference to me. This just means there will be more compensation money coming in. Adding on such a betrayal of trust to what's already happened, I'm quite thankful to receive that extra bit of income.
No, wait. Please don't say things like that. I'm telling you, I was against the entire idea from the start. I don't know if it was some childhood friend of his or something, but to just marry someone from such an unremarkable family. I mean, there's not a single merit in a decision like that, right? You, with your much finer upbringing, are just a much more spectacular woman than she is. I even asked him, which person does he think he should hold dearest to him? As if it shouldn't already be obvious.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? If I remember correctly, am I not the one who initially failed to meet the clearly exacting standards of your thorough interview? You had told me that you had made your final decision about my value and upbringing to begin with. And yet now I hear you trying to convince me that you felt like this all along? Do you really think that I would so easily go along with such a brazen attempt at buttering me up after how you've treated me?
But, that's why I was telling you that I had no idea. If I had known the whole situation with just how important a figure your father was, I would have never contacted you the way I did in the first place.
Oh, is that right? So, essentially, what you're telling me is that all you care about is my family's money?
Well, no. I'm not saying that's what's most important or anything.
Well, in any case, you seem to have gotten quite flustered now, haven't you? Considering how your son has ended up breaking off both of his engagements.
Ah, I see now. So you were the one pulling the strings the entire time, then.
You and your son's opinions seem to be so at odds with each other that I couldn't help but find it particularly strange. Harry also gave off the impression that he was trying to hide something from me, too. So I did some digging into the whole situation, and it turns out the whole situation was even more screwed up than I could have imagined. When I met up with the other woman he was engaged to and told her all about what was going on, she was unbelievably shocked. Appalled, even. I can't believe this. There is no way I am going to marry such a horrible, conniving man, were her words, if I remember correctly.
Ugh, that impudent woman. She thinks that someone with such a worthless lineage like hers can say such things. Of course I wouldn't let things continue with her.
Huh? But you also knew about everything that was going on, didn't you?
Huh?
That's why I said I couldn't believe how you were trying to convince me of the exact opposite of your initial opinion. The only way you would try to start singing my praises so readily is if you had known about both engagements to begin with and need to make one stick.
No. That's not how it is. I was just trying to tell him to make sure he chose the correct person. That's all.
Or, to put it bluntly, you were trying to get him to keep me around, right? I cannot believe you. Well, whatever you try to make him do, it makes no difference to me anyway.
Wait, please wait. Don't you realize I'm giving my permission? I'm giving you permission to marry my son. This sort of chance doesn't just come along every day, you know.
Yes? And?
If you were to marry him, there would be all sorts of advantages for the both of you, don't you see? Harry would be able to get back his reputation at work, and you would get to have one of the best husbands a woman could ask for. One of the best husbands a woman could ask for? What part of him gets anywhere close to fitting that description? A two-timing man like him can't even get by with being called a terrible husband. He would be one of the worst husbands imaginable. To put it bluntly, to me, there isn't a single shred of good that can come from marrying someone like him. It sounds to me like you're just speaking total nonsense. If you want someone who will believe that garbage, try looking in a mirror. What did you say? You really are desperate, aren't you? To start off with such a haughty attitude, insulting me and my family straight to my face, then to do a complete 180 and start trying to treat me like royalty or something? I can't help but laugh at how ridiculous this all is. No. That's not what's going on. Do you finally get it now? I'm not exactly free right now, so I simply must be going. Don't forget to pay the compensation you owe us. If you don't, I'm afraid my father and I will have no choice but to go to trial. Go to trial? Oh, would you prefer it if we did that? No, just wait a moment. What I'm trying to say is that trying to meet those demands will ruin me. If only Harry had actually told me about your father beforehand. None of these horrible things would have had to happen to me if he had just spoken up. Well, personally, I am happy the engagement got broken off myself. After all, I can feel much more at ease that I didn't end up becoming related to such a terrible man and his mother. Harry contacted me one last time, begging me to get back together with him and go forward with the marriage. Given that he's a pathetic, spineless man who just follows everything his mother tells him to do, I obviously refused to reconsider. After I flatly refused his desperate request, I got $20,000 in compensation for all the trouble his family caused my father and me. As for Harry, the rumors of his infidelity spread through the company like wildfire. I heard that things at work got so painful for him that he started just not coming in at all, and he was eventually fired. With such a blotch on his career, I can imagine it will be particularly difficult for him to find a new job now. Well, since he has his precious mommy dearest by his side, perhaps he can still manage to live out a happy life after all. Although, from what I hear, he seems to have turned his back on his father throughout all of this. He's certainly not happy, and I heard that if Harry doesn't find a new job soon, he might get driven out of his house entirely, mother in tow. When I shared this info with Miss Cooper, she and I just laughed together for a long, long time. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you felt great after hearing the story, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Please look forward to the next video.
Hey, how are you feeling? You must be totally bummed out by this, right? I bet you're doing your best not to be sad, aren't you? You're so strong. I can't believe they finally just told you to get out. I never thought it would happen. Life can be so cruel, can't it, sis?
Oh, you're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Of course I am. Who wouldn't be? Mom and Dad threw you out just for me. Now David can move in here, and there's enough space for everyone. And it's all thanks to you.
Oh, right. You're gonna get married to that jerk you're seeing. How old is he? About 50? I just wonder how that's gonna turn out for you.
Excuse me? Jerk? What right do you have to call my boyfriend a jerk? And he's 35 for your information?
Still pretty old to be going out with a 22-year-old who's never stayed in the same job for more than 5 minutes, and too old to be living with his girlfriend's parents.
Just because you were good at school doesn't mean you have the right to judge other people's relationships. You're so mean.
Yeah, you're right. I'm very sorry. I never meant to hurt your feelings. I hope you'll be very happy together. Can I get back to work now? I have a lot to do. You suit each other anyway. Jerk.
Shut up, Dawn! You're so annoying. That's why no one in your family likes you. Mom and Dad both said so too. You always say things like that and you think you're funny, but you're not. I can't believe you try and make out that you're better than me. Especially after you got thrown out with the trash by your own parents.
I know you all hate me, Kayla. That's not a surprise. How could I not notice when you spend all your time either talking down to me or treating me like I don't exist? And it was always our parents who made everything into a competition between us. They basically made sure we never liked each other. So I'm not gonna go around looking for love and affection from any of you, now am I? I'm not that stupid.
No, I guess there's nothing to love about you anyway. But I mean, when you were always treated like the second best child, it's not a surprise you got a bit messed up. Wait, we're not supposed to be talking about your stupid sob story. You wouldn't be treated like that if you didn't deserve it. Actually, Dad and Mom said they wanted me to ask you something. That's why I messaged you. They want to know if you've finished moving out yet. Haven't you picked up the rest of your stuff? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe they're making me text you about this. Why can't Mom just text you?
I don't know. Ask her. She's there with you, isn't she? Anyway, I've packed everything. I'm moving it after work today. I'm actually super excited to get out of there as well, so don't worry.
Oh, look at you putting on a brave face as if you're pleased your parents threw you out.
This isn't me putting on a brave face. I'm glad I have an excuse to move out and get my own place. I've been waiting for this for ages.
You can't be serious. You're excited to have to pay your own rent and bills? Oh well, whatever. I'm just pleased I don't have to worry about you always being near. It's gonna be so nice without you. I'm stoked I don't have to care about your sad, pitiful life from now on. You can pay rent and get into as much debt as you like. It won't be my problem.
You think my life is going to be pitiful. I really don't plan on being as miserable as you seem to think. Actually, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be the ones having the most trouble, but I don't want to worry you.
Are you still trying to pretend this is all fine with you? You can say whatever you like, but you seem totally fine living with us for such a long time. I don't know why you're suddenly trying to suggest you wanted to move out or something. Mom and Dad told me they want me to live with them for as long as I want, basically. They said I don't need to worry. It was just you they really don't need hanging around all the time. But I guess you'll just have to get by on your own if you can. They're not going to look after you anymore. You've completely understood that, right? You can't come around in a couple weeks crying and saying you've had enough of being alone.
Kayla, don't worry. I'm not like you. I can take care of myself and I'm totally happy to. You, on the other hand, should probably learn to look after yourself a bit better. You need a proper job instead of always quitting every time your boss asks you to clean something or whatever.
What are you trying to say? Are you making fun of me because I don't want to sit behind a desk all day or wipe someone else's dirty kitchen grease? You don't have to look down on me. You always act like having a full-time job makes you so much better than me. I went to college too, Dawn, and I'd rather be getting my new headshots done and boosting my followers than be a fat, ugly loser behind an office desk like you.
I'm just saying maybe you should be looking for something a little more reliable. You could do a desk job and save up, and then after a while you could do whatever it is you really want to do.
Shut up! Stop trying to tell me what I should or shouldn't be doing. You're just jealous that I'm pursuing my dream.
Right. I won't try and give you any more advice, don't worry. You're such an unpleasant little sister, you know that? I guess this is what people mean when they say someone's a spoiled brat. I wonder which one of us is really the most messed up. Mom and Dad really spoiled you. It's no wonder you're completely delusional.
Seriously, what is this? I'm not a spoiled brat. I don't know why you're suddenly acting like you're better than all of us. And anyway, I'd definitely rather spend my life being looked after and loved by guys and by my parents. It's obviously much better than being thrown out of my house and told never to come back.
Fine, everyone's different. Of course, you're welcome to think that. I won't be going back, so don't worry about me getting in your way again. Have a nice life, Kayla.
Oh, thanks. Actually, we really are having a great time right now. We're out of town on vacation. I think that's why Mom and Dad want to make sure your stuff is all gone so they can change the locks when we get home.
Oh, lovely. You know, I really don't care, so you don't need to give me all the details. I'm supposed to be finishing up work now. Are we done yet?
You're so annoying. I'm just letting you know your key won't work after that, so you should just throw it away after you pick up your things. Besides, you should be thankful that Mom and Dad are arranging their plans around you so you can come and get your things before we change the locks. And I've taken time out of my very busy schedule to message you and make sure you know what's going on.
I'm not thankful to any of you. You're just wasting my time. I already told you I'm moving my things today after work, so I'm going over there pretty much now. Why would I be thankful to a family that have just treated me like garbage for most of my life?
How can you say that? Nobody's treated you like garbage. I should show Mom and Dad your messages. They'll be so mad if they know what you really think of them. You're lucky we're not at home, because if we were, you'd probably get there and find all of your stuff outside on the front lawn.
Oh, go ahead and snitch on me. I don't care. What you all think doesn't concern me at all anymore. The only thing I'm thankful for is that none of you will be there when I move out.
You're such a horrible, rude person. I'm so glad you won't be my sister anymore. It's embarrassing to have such a rude, disgusting person around.
Sure. We're done, right? Bye.
Goodbye. Don't ever come back, stupid, ugly freak.
Hey, Kayla, where are you? When are you getting home?
Hey, Mom, what's up? Is something wrong?
You need to come home and help me clean. You told me you'd help out with the chores now that your sister doesn't live here anymore. Exactly when are you planning to do any of the things you promised to help with?
Oh, right. Sorry, Mom. I have a date with David today. We're going to see a movie. I'll be back after dinner. I don't think I can manage it today. Maybe tomorrow?
That's exactly what you said last week, and you haven't done anything since then. Do you think you could set aside just a couple of hours of your time to help with the things you promised to do? These bedrooms need to be clean and tidy, and I can't do everything by myself.
Which bedroom are you tidying? My bedroom.
No, I'm talking about Dawn's room. I told her to clean when she was leaving, but she hasn't done anything. It's a complete mess in there. I told you I'd need your help with it, and you said you'd get it sorted. Don't you remember? We can't use that room until it's been cleaned up properly. I was planning on redecorating, but we can't get anything done while it's in that state.
Dawn's room? Can't you just make her come around and sort it out?
I thought about that. I've tried texting her about it, but she hasn't even read my messages. And she won't answer my calls either.
What? She's ignoring you completely? Who does she think she is? I'd like to see her try that with me.
There's no need to get so mad about it, Kayla. It's not like we didn't know she'd do something like this. She's always had a bad attitude. I'm not surprised if she thinks she can just act like she doesn't know me.
But isn't this a bit too much, even for her? That time when we were away and she was supposed to be moving out, I actually went out of my way to message her to see if she was done yet. And she was so rude about it. It's like she doesn't even consider us family anymore. She was acting all mad, like I was the one who was being rude. I couldn't believe it.
Well, that's nothing new either, is it? She's always been a selfish and vindictive person. But people like her are always like that. Ugly people have to make up for their lack of attractiveness by being mean and trying to be smarter than everybody else.
Mom, you're the one being mean. You can't call your own daughter ugly, even if it's true. You're the one who went through all the pain of giving birth to her.
Yes, I know that. I think that gives me the right to tell the truth about her, doesn't it? I've always been surprised that your father and I could have a child who was so unlike us. She's just so utterly lacking in charm. If I hadn't given birth to her, I'd be convinced she wasn't mine. I've never felt any affection for her at all. We just never got on right from the start.
Mom, that's so mean. What does Dad think? Does he say the same? What if it turned out that she got switched at birth in the hospital and she isn't really related to us?
Your father What he says is actually worse sometimes. I probably shouldn't say this to you. Whenever we had dinner together, he'd turn around to me after she left the room and say, I don't know what to do with that kid. She's just plain unattractive in every way. Or, no one's gonna marry that girl. And things like that.
Oh my god, I can't believe Dad would say that. Oh, I really want to tell her. I'd love to see the look on her pimply face if she knew even her own dad thinks she's gross.
Let's just leave it, Kayla. She's basically a stranger to us now. We can just pretend like she never even existed.
Oh, that's true. But I'd love to tell her someday.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. What time are you getting home today?
I don't know, nighttime? I haven't really thought about it.
Can't you get home a bit earlier tonight? I had some things I really wanted to talk to you about. About David and your room and some other stuff. I was thinking maybe you both can come back here after your date and we could have a little chat.
Oh, it's okay. I can tell David if there's something you want to say.
Well, I suppose if you guys are already together, perhaps that will be fine. It's nothing complicated, it's just kind of important. You promise you'll definitely tell him?
Yeah, sure, I'll tell him. Is it something about him moving in with us?
Yes, actually, it's about that. He's planning on moving in here next week, isn't he? That's what you decided. We just need to discuss some things, like how much he's going to be contributing to the household and so on. What's his lifestyle like? I've never really asked him. Does he stay up late or sleep in on weekends? Does he work out? How much stuff is he bringing? I guess he's going to be helping out with the cleaning and other chores like you. So I just wonder what he does at his place now. He lives with his mom and dad now, right?
Who's gonna be helping with the chores?
I'm talking about David when he lives with us. What chores does he do at his mom and dad's place?
David? I don't know why.
Because David and yourself need to be responsible for some of your own cleaning and laundry and things. You're both grown adults. Besides, there were a lot of things that Dawn was doing when she lived here that aren't getting done properly since she moved out. Your father is getting upset about it.
Like what things? I don't think Dawn ever did anything special.
I told you when she moved out, when I said you need to help out more. She used to do the vacuuming on the weekend and pull weeds in the yard and things.
Well, but I don't really think we can ask David to do any of that stuff since he's such a new addition to the family. Aren't those things your job, Mom? I saw you with a vacuum cleaner last week. You're just trying to offload your own jobs. And anyway, David doesn't have a job right now, so I don't think we can ask him to pay rent or anything. I can't tell him you said all this weird stuff, Mom.
What? He's unemployed. I thought you said he was a real estate agent.
He is, but he's working on setting up his own business right now. He sometimes goes to show people around for his friend who has a real estate company. And his friend is letting him come in sometimes to see how the business works. But honestly, I think they just shut the office door and play PlayStation when he's there. I think he'll probably be spending most days at home after he moves in. He's trying to build up his online presence, so he's on the computer a lot.
Hold on a second. He's not earning anything right now. I don't think that's gonna work, Kayla. He can't just live here and not pay anything toward the food and bills. You don't think he'll help with the chores either. I'm not gonna be doing all the work around here forever.
What do you mean? Just before you said Dawn was doing a bunch of housework and things, but you've been doing it since she left. I don't see why you can't just keep doing that stuff. It's not like she did everything around the house.
What are you saying? Of course she did everything. She knew we were being generous by letting her live with us, so she had to pay for it by making sure everything was nice and clean.
Are you serious? She did all the cleaning?
That's why I'm saying David needs to be able to pull his weight. I can't do everything by myself, and you obviously aren't going to do it. Don't you think it's fair? If he's not planning on paying any rent or contributing to the bills, he should help in other ways.
David isn't gonna do it. You can't make my boyfriend do your stupid housework. Can we just hire a cleaner? I won't forgive you if I found out you've been asking him to clean up your mess and wash your dirty laundry.
Well then, is he gonna go out and find a job so we can afford a cleaner? Because if you and I aren't working and neither is he, we definitely can't afford it. Dawn was giving us $2,000 per month towards household expenses and food. At least one of you needs to be contributing about that much. Or you can share it out. But if you don't give us some money, you won't be able to live here.
What? $2,000 per month? You can't be serious! What about Dad's salary? He's working, isn't he?
Of course he's working. But this is a secret, okay? Don't tell him I told you this. His salary really isn't that high. We need you guys to contribute so we can still pay the mortgage and bills.
What? I never knew that!
Well, he used to make much more money, but with the restructuring at his company, they moved him into a lower pay grade and cut his hours down. He said we should be thankful he didn't get laid off, but honestly, I don't know how he could just sit there and accept a pay cut. But anyway, Dawn was helping us bring in enough money to keep up with the mortgage repayments. That's why we were able to afford nice things. And I thought, because you said that David was a real estate agent, he'd be able to contribute too. Now you tell us he's unemployed? If one of you doesn't start contributing the same amount that Dawn paid, we'll be in trouble, won't we? Don't you agree?
But David and I can't afford that. And I definitely don't want to ask him. How could I? Just because Dawn could afford that doesn't mean that we can. We're both just starting out in our businesses. We need time to get established. David would never agree to it. He'd just leave me and move straight back in with his parents. Do you want to see me all sad and alone, Mom?
Well, no.
If you need help with the mortgage, why don't you call Dawn and ask her to pay? I think you should try it. She might fall for it if you think of some smart reason she should pay.
Oh, right. I hadn't thought of that. Probably if I tell her she still owes us for all those years she lived with us as a child, she'll probably agree to help us out. I think it's reasonable. After all, we did pay for her when she wasn't old enough to work, and she lived here all through college and saved money on rent.
It's definitely reasonable. Call her. And don't mention any of this to David. I'll be so mad if you do.
Fine. I won't say anything to him about money. I know he's important to you. I'm sorry, okay? I'll call Dawn.
You do that. Let me know what she says. Mom, what's wrong? Are you trying to call me?
Kayla, where are you now? Something's wrong. I need you to come home right away.
What happened? No one's in the hospital, are they?
Just come home as soon as you can. I need you here. I just finally managed to get in touch with Dawn. You'll never believe it. She absolutely refused to help us out. She says she's not sending any money no matter how many times we ask.
What? How dare she?
This is terrible. What are we going to do now? First, she started talking to me like I was a perfect stranger. She was so polite, as though she was talking to someone she worked with or something. She told me outright she never once thought of me as her mother, even when she was a little girl. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I think my heart is broken. I never thought I could be treated this way by one of my children. At least I have you, Kayla. I know you'll never betray me.
I can't believe her. Who does she think she is? She's got no right to treat you like a stranger after all you've done for her. Hold on, Mom. I'll see if I can talk to her.
Are you sure? That'd be so kind of you. I'm sure I haven't done anything to deserve this treatment. You know, if we can't get through to her, we'll absolutely have to ask David to contribute some money towards the household. Otherwise, we'll be destitute.
I've already told you. There's no way we can ask him right now. I'll sort it out. Whatever happens, I'll make sure that ugly freak pays her way. I'll talk to her.
Thanks, Kayla. Let me know how it goes.
I can't believe your nerve. After all the years you spent leeching off Mom and Dad and living at home, you'd refuse to help out with money? Are you repaying all their kindness with hatred and resentment? Is that the kind of person you are? I guess even ugly people can be vindictive and mean. Don't you have any shame? I think you should send the $2,000 as soon as you get this message. Otherwise, how are we going to pay the bills and the mortgage and stuff?
I guess that might cause you people some problems, but it won't really affect me, will it?
Excuse me? Who are you calling you people?
And from where I'm standing, it's not me who's been repaying kindness with hatred, it's you people. Ever since I was in high school, I've had part-time jobs because I was forced by our parents to work and give them money to help with the bills. And meanwhile, Mom and you just sat at home painting your toenails and having pool parties and stuff. Even when I was at college, I thought I might move out and get my own place and finally be free. But no, Mom and Dad said I wasn't allowed and I had to choose a college closer to home so I could live at home and work on the weekends and keep giving them money. It's not fair, Kayla, and I'm ending it now.
But you're their child. It's totally fair that you should contribute to the household.
Well, then why shouldn't you do the same? I noticed they've never asked you to get a part-time job and pay to live at home. And when I became an adult and I thought I could finally live on my own, I was told I had to stay and give them half of my salary every month. And not just that, the first year I was working, my salary was so low that Mom just took all of it each month. That first Christmas after I finished college, I begged her to let me keep some money so I could get myself a little gift, but she refused. And then I got nothing and you got a brand new hair straightener. I'm pretty sure that I paid for that, and you never even noticed or said thanks or anything. She even asked to see my bank statements because she thought I might be lying to her and keeping some of my money for myself. No chance. There was never any left.
That all sounds totally fine to me. It's normal for people to help pay the bills, isn't it? You were living in their house and you were an adult working a full-time job. Why shouldn't you pay your way?
But the same goes for you, doesn't it? You're an adult. Why don't you get a job and pay your way?
That's a totally different situation. For a start, I'm a nice, beautiful person. Everyone says so. And my parents love me and take care of me. We're family, and family doesn't have to pay. But it's different because you're not family like we are. You never have been.
Oh my God, you sound just like Mom. That's exactly what she said, almost word for word. You've been poisoned to think just like her. I guess she succeeded in bringing up a little mini-me version of herself. There's no hope for any of you.
What are you saying? Are you making fun of your own family?
You literally just said I'm not family. How is it bad for me to make fun of you losers?
I don't have time for this. Just stop complaining about the past and call Mom and tell her you'll start sending the money again. She's so upset that you refused, Dawn. I can't believe you'd be so mean to her.
I really don't care. I'm not sending the money. There's no way I would even dream of it. So you can all just forget about me. Goodbye, Kayla. Please stop contacting me before I report you for harassment.
What? You can't report us? You have to call Mom. You better not start ignoring me, Dawn. Hey, Dawn, you're still using this number, aren't you? What's your annual salary? I need to know. You have to tell me. We're in real trouble now. You should know.
I don't have to tell you anything. Didn't I tell you to stop contacting me or I would report you to the police? Actually, I could just block your number, couldn't I? I've been so busy with work these days, I didn't even think about it. I'll do it now.
Don't! You have to answer me. How much are you earning? You don't have the right to block me. I'm your family.
Excuse me. I feel like you and I are only family when it suits you. I don't need any justification if I want to block your number. I can block whoever I want. You have some very weird opinions, Kayla. Are you sure you're not the kind of person who says stuff like ugly people don't have rights and I'm not a racist butt?
No, I never say stuff like that because I'm not a horrid, vindictive loser like you. Can you just shut up and tell me how much you earn? It doesn't have to be exact, just give me a ballpark figure.
You're not going to stop going on at me until I tell you, are you? What I told our idiot parents is $60,000 per year. But if you add on what I make with overtime and then my freelance proofreading work, it's more like $100,000 a year.
$100,000? Are you serious? What's proofreading?
Yeah, I'm serious. You know, Mom and Dad, they're always on about money, like that's the only thing in the world that's important to them. Last year, I started picking up work as a proofreader for college entrance essays and stuff, and so now I have that as kind of a side hustle. I just check the essays for mistakes and stuff. I get a lot of commissions from kids who want to get into my old college. It's pretty easy work once you get into it. But if I didn't do that, there's no way I would have been able to afford to give mom and dad $2,000 a month.
I still don't understand what that is. But you must have so much cash just lying around. You have to send us some. Mom is absolutely desperate. She started dropping hints whenever David is in the room about him paying to live with us. It's out of control. I have to hide my face or leave the room.
I really don't understand why you think it's my responsibility to support you guys. There's literally 4 grown adults under one roof, and only one of you has a job. What does Dad say? Can he support you all on his salary? He is the man of the house after all. And isn't your fiancé working? I thought you said he was in real estate.
No, it's seriously bad. Dad's contract didn't get renewed at his office. He's unemployed now. He just sits in his comfy chair reading the newspapers and glaring at us. And David is still working on starting his own company, so he's not making any money.
Are you serious? That's hilarious. It's even better than I expected.
What do you mean? It's not funny.
No, it really is. It's pure comedy gold. I haven't been so happy for years. All 4 of you stuck in the same house, and not one of you has a job. I bet you can't stand each other. So, what were you texting me about?
You know what I was texting about.
Oh, right. So sorry, but I'm super busy with work these days. I'll see you around.
What? Wait, Dawn? Are you there? Stop doing that! Dawn, are you there? I really need you. You have to help me. I think David is gonna leave me and it's all your fault.
Oh, Kayla, how's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you back to entertain me again with your stories? I'm so glad I didn't block your number. I need to laugh sometimes.
Don't make fun of me, Dawn. I'm serious. This is all your fault. You can afford to send us just like $1,000 a month or something, can't you? That's not much.
What's not much? I don't understand. You can't be about to tell me I'm supposed to be sending you money out of my salary again, right? I thought we were done with that nonsense.
No, you have to. We can't afford the bills anymore. Mom keeps yelling at me to get you to move back in with us. I don't know why it's always my responsibility to talk to you. But she says it's either that or I have to break up with David because he's not part of the family and she won't have him in the house if he's not going to pay his way.
Sounds reasonable, actually. About your boyfriend, anyway. If he's living with you, shouldn't he be contributing a little bit? What happened to him starting his own real estate business? Is he sad he might be thrown out of mom and dad's house?
He's still working on it. It's difficult to find clients. All the real estate companies around are run by greedy, scheming, evil old men. Anyway, David got mad that mom kept asking him to pee, so he moved back in with his own parents. I don't even know if we're still together. He's not answering my calls.
Oh no, how sad. I guess that means David left you, not David might leave you. So sad for you, Kayla.
I don't know what to do, Dawn. Why won't you just help us out for a little bit? Mom said the utility bill is super high this month, and she says it's my fault because David was always turning on the air conditioner. How is that my fault? She wants me to pay the whole amount, but I don't have any money now. I don't know what to do.
Hey, I have an idea. You could get a job.
I can't. I won't be able to find a job right now.
Why not? Is there something wrong with you? Have you thought of declaring bankruptcy or applying for unemployment benefit?
We can't go bankrupt. We'd lose the house. Seriously, Dawn. For someone who acts all smart, you do say some stupid things.
Then I think at least one of you needs to go out and find a job. Maybe if all 3 of you were working, you'd be able to pay the bills and live comfortably. Just a thought.
But everything would be so much easier if you came back to live with us. You could help us out for a while, and we could start looking for jobs, don't you think? Please, Dawn, just for a short time.
Would you really get a job, though? Or would you just say that and then sponge off of me for as long as you could? I'm not falling for this again, Kayla. We're done now. Mom and Dad threw me out and told me to never come back. You told me yourself never to come back.
I'll sort everything out with Mom and Dad. They'll be so nice to you. I think Mom would even be happy for you to just pay $1,500 a month. I think we could get by on that for a while.
Oh, she'd be happy with just $1,500 a month, would she? I can't believe your nerve. Do you even understand the situation here? You're asking the one person that you tormented all your life to come and move in with you and support you so that you don't need to get a job and pay your own bills. You called me ugly and made a fool out of me for years, Kayla. Have you forgotten? And you can stand there and say just $1,500 as though you're doing me a favor?
But that's why I think you should come back. We never treated you right, so give us another chance. We can't live without you. We've tried, but it's impossible. We just can't earn that much money between us. If you come back, we'll treat you right and we'll make up for everything.
Just a second. What are you saying? Is this supposed to be your way of apologizing? You're unbelievable. I'm never gonna want to help out a person who can't even climb down off their high horse and say, I'm sorry I treated you like garbage. Goodbye, Kayla. Again, please let this be the last time I hear from you.
I'll apologize. I'll get down on my knees and beg you for forgiveness. Please forgive me, Dawn. I'll make Mom and Dad apologize too, in person. Won't you find it in your heart to forgive us? We're your family.
Okay, go on then.
Go on then what? I don't get it.
You were going to apologize? You just said you would. Where is it? Aren't you gonna say, I'm sorry?
What? Didn't I already?
No, you didn't. I think you should do it now.
I'm sorry.
How about I'll never do it again?
I'll never do it again. Are you happy now?
You did a great job, Kayla. Is that your first time apologizing ever?
So, you're coming back to live here, right? When can you move back in?
No, I don't think so. I don't really want to. And I don't think I'll forgive you either. But I enjoyed the apology, so thank you. Have fun, just the three of you. You deserve each other.
Dawn!
After that, Kayla and Mom both tried to call me so many times, I just got sick of it and blocked both of their numbers. I resigned from my office job and set up my own company as a proofreader for academic essays. It's so convenient and I can work totally remote. I'm currently working and traveling in Europe. It's actually been really good for me. I'd spent such a long time working to support my family, I had no idea who I really was and what I really wanted. This trip has helped me to find out some things about myself. I still have a couple friends from high school who live near my old house. I was curious, so I asked them if they knew what my parents were up to. Apparently, Mom and Dad sold their house and the three of them are living in a small apartment near our old school. They all have part-time jobs, so I expect they're making ends meet. But sometimes I have to stop myself from laughing out loud to think of my mom sitting behind a checkout in the local supermarket. I'm sure she really has to swallow her pride whenever she sees one of her friends come into the store. But they definitely can't afford nice holidays and fancy dinners out like they used to. In fact, my friend said she saw Kayla loading her basket up with instant ramen the other day, so I guess she never got back together with David. I wonder if he still lives at home too. Anyway, it's none of my business anymore, so I should probably just forget about it. I doubt I'll ever have to see them again. Actually, I hope I don't. I'm happy living my own life. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more content.